Our last book for today is called Giraffes Can't Dance. So again, here I'm looking at the title. It's the big bold letters. It's always usually the biggest letters that you see on the front cover of a book. And then down here, we have the author, and we also have the illustrator. Now let's take a look at the cover of this book. Have you ever seen a giraffe dance? I haven't either. But I will say this giraffe looks like he's quite flexible, and it looks like he really, really loves to dance. Again, I want you to think about, what is this book going to be about? Think of the title, Giraffes Can't Dance. Look at the illustration. Think about, what is this book going to be about? All right, let's see. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim, but his knees were awfully crooked and his legs were rather thin. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots of trees. But when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. Gerald seems a little bit clumsy. It would be hard to be on really thin legs like that and be that tall. Now, every year in Africa, they hold the jungle dance, where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. And this year, when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad, because when it came to dancing, he was really very bad. The warthogs started waltzing and the rhinos rock and rolled. The lions danced a tango that was elegant and bold. The chimps all did a cha-cha with a very Latin feel, and 8 baboons then teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. There's a lot of dancing happening on the African savanna today. Wow, this is quite the jungle dance. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked toward the floor. But the lions saw him coming, and they soon began to roar. "Hey, look at clumsy Gerald," the animals all sneered.
"Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool. Oh, Gerald, you're so weird."
Wonder how that made Gerald feel. How would you feel? Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to the spot. "They're right," he thought. "I'm useless. I feel like such a clot." So he crept off from the dance floor and he started walking home. He'd never felt so sad before. So sad and so alone. I can see that Gerald's very lonely and very sad. Then he found a little clearing and he looked up at the sky. "The moon can be so beautiful," he whispered with a sigh. "Excuse me?" coughed a cricket, who'd seen Gerald earlier on. But sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song." Cricket's right up here. "Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To me, the sweetest music is the branches in the breeze." So, Imagine that the lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to. With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hooves had started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying, and his tail was swishing around. I think he found his music. He threw his legs out sideways and he swung them everywhere. Then he did a backward somersault and leapt up in the air. Gerald felt so wonderful. His mouth was open wide. I'm dancing! Yeah, I'm dancing! I'm dancing, Gerald cried. Friends, how do you think Gerald's feeling now? Yeah. He seems very happy and so proud of himself. Then one by one, each animal who'd been there at the dance arrived while Gerald boogied on and watched him, quite entranced. They shouted, "Oh, it's a miracle! We must be in a dream. Gerald's the best dancer that we've ever seen." He looked so confident, Gerald.
Hey, how'd you learn to dance like that?
Please, Gerald, tell us how. But Gerald simply twirled around and finished with a bow. Then he raised his head and looked up at the moon and stars above. We all can dance, he said, when we find music that we love. That book made me feel so good. Gerald started out lonely and sad and a little unsure of himself and lonely, but he found the music that was right for him, and it filled him with self-love and confidence, and he was the best dancer of all. I wonder if today at home you could put on some music, maybe music you've never heard before, maybe Latin music, maybe some Scottish music, who knows? And I want you to try to dance your dance. Be proud of who you are and what you bring to the table. And I want you to give your best dance and show your parents and show your friends, or just dance in the mirror all by yourself with a big smile on your face, because being who you are makes you special